Welcome to the webinar today called Transform Work and Project Management with Microsoft Teams in Retail and Consumer Products. It's my pleasure to host you today. My name is Brian Quick. I'm the Director of Business Development at Innovative E. I'd like to introduce a couple of people. We have Mike Taylor, the CEO of Innovative E, here with us today. Hi, Mike.
Good morning.
And we also have Roman Fiola, the Microsoft Project Specialist for Retail based out of Chicago. Hey, Roman.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Roman.
Hey, everyone.
And let's get started. So what our agenda is today is we're going to explore the Microsoft eBook for retail. We're going to talk about using Teams for project management. We're going to experience project management in Teams firsthand. And we're going to explore what Innovative E's app Teams for PM brings to the table, answer your questions, and stick around at the end to get your sugar wish, sponsored by Microsoft. So Roman, I heard that Microsoft has a new ebook out. Would you let us know a little bit what that is about and how people can obtain it?
Sure. Right. So there's two ways to obtain it. We have the link below, the aka.ms link, the Project Retail ebook, and also the barcode scanner, right, that you can use your cell phone to do. But the whole genesis behind this ebook is that Microsoft has taken over the last few years an industry-focused view of our customers. So we want to develop, insider knowledge and information geared toward specific customers based on their industry verticals. And I just so happen to cover the retail and consumer goods vertical. So any brand you might purchase an item from at the grocery store or your local Target, Walmart, or any clothing you may buy, like pretty much there's a chance that I cover it in the project space. So those particular customers are particular challenges, right? And that's where Microsoft's focus has been, trying to understand the needs of our customers and really the needs of our customers, because that's what's most important.
Yeah, thanks for that, Roman. So we're going to be covering some concepts that are in the ebook. If you'd like to download the entire ebook, as Roman said, just put your cell phone camera up to the QR code there and you can download it from there, or go to aka.ms/project retail ebook. Innovative E is a Microsoft Gold partner in project portfolio management, as well as several other areas. We've been around since 2001, and we've helped hundreds of customers like yourselves implement Microsoft's project and work management solutions, and we have diverse experience, including in retail and consumer products. Now it's time for another poll question. Let's just kind of break the ice here a little bit, and I will light this up. Go ahead and launch that. And the question is, what tools are you using for project and work management today? Are you using Microsoft Project on the desktop, Project Server or Project Online, Excel, PowerPoint, or other Microsoft-based tools? Are you using non-Microsoft cloud-based work management service tools, or are you using another traditional PPM system? You can just go ahead and fill that out. We'll see what the results are here. And we see that coming in here. Looks like some of you are using Project on a desktop. You'll be interested in learning some things today about the new versions of Project and how they're more collaborative and interactive. We have some folks that are using Project Server or Project Online. You'll be learning some new things today as well, including how to bring Project Server into the cloud and how to bring Project Online into Teams. And then we have some folks that are using Excel or PowerPoint, or not really specifically project management geared tools, but whatever they can get their hands on in the Microsoft suite. We'll show you some other options today that are actually more tuned for project management. Thanks for your feedback on that. Feel free to complete the poll at your discretion. We'll have several throughout the call today. And so retailers and consumer products organizations are embracing new business models to engage market fertility and manage that. Increasing customer engagement, optimizing inventory, and building a resilient supply chain requires changes in processes, technology, tools, and people. Empowering employees to do their best work is pivotal to digital transformation. So I think we'd all agree that the world is changing and retailers need to transform the way they work. It's probably why you're here. Meanwhile, 61% of CEOs are digitizing core business operations and/or processes. 78% of CEOs say the move to remote collaboration is an enduring shift, not just a temporary one. And 25 million new employees with project management skills will be needed by 2030 to drive workplace change. Microsoft Project empowers companies to achieve better results by aligning investments with projects and resources, working with agility and flexibility, and collaborating globally, all using intuitive, consistent tools on the Microsoft Cloud platform. So teams can work the way they want and executives can get the results that they need. Let's throw up another poll question. Which of these apply? So just launching that now. Which of these apply to your teams or organizations? Is project management information spread among disparate legacy systems? Are you wasting time on tedious, repetitive tasks? Do you want to work more efficiently from the cloud? And do you need complete visibility to help drive decisions, but your data doesn't support that? Check all that apply. Is your work managed inefficiently with disconnected tools and processes? Go ahead and check those boxes and we'll see what the results are. It's pretty diverse. Some of you agree that project information is spread among disparate legacy systems. A lot of you are wasting time on tedious, repetitive tasks, and the most common is that work is managed inefficiently with disconnected tools and processes. We'll show you how we can work entirely within Microsoft Teams today on your project and work management workloads so that you're not having to switch tools. So Microsoft provides one connected platform that spans your work. They've come up with 3 different pillars for retail and consumer products organizations and how these solutions can actually meet with your needs. This is explained in more detail in the eBook that we mentioned earlier, but those pillars are collaboration made easy, improving visibility and governance, and powerful insights. And the tool set that we're going to talk about today is really comprised of several different Microsoft tools which comprise the platform. Those are Microsoft Teams, Power Apps, Project, Dynamics, and Power BI. And so the first pillar, collaboration made easy, we really all have an opportunity in retail and consumer products to equip our organizations and our employees with powerful and intuitive tools that deliver a remote yet connected and integrated project management experience. And so what we can do is simplify that project management experience by bringing all your tools and processes together into Microsoft Teams, a single place for information and action. You're probably already using Teams anyway, and it just makes sense to do project management there. You can use Project directly inside Microsoft Teams to collaborate on all your work in one place. You can also automate processes that are manual. A lot of you said that you're still using Excel or PowerPoint. So that tells me you probably have some manual processes in place, either for project status reporting or initiation. And you want to automate those approvals and that workflow by creating workflows that trigger the necessary actions using Power Automate and Teams, and we can help you do that. For our second pillar, improve visibility and governance, really a lot of you out there in the retail and consumer products organizations, you don't want to simply adjust to a digitally transformed industry and it's becoming kind of a buzzword, but you also want to drive improved business outcomes. And to achieve that, you need to empower your workforces with tools and solutions that integrate people and processes and build line of business apps, which can improve business processes and maintenance management. You can build, did you know that you could build your own apps inside of Teams to emulate your own processes? And partners like Innovative E are helping people do that every day. Because Microsoft's low-code, no-code platform, they call it the Power Platform, allows your users to build their own business apps and work with a partner and address unique project-specific requirements. So if you have a project workflow that you put into practice, you've probably thought quite a bit about it. You may be using SharePoint workflow, or you may be just using email or Microsoft Word to create your charters and things like that. We can take all that information and we can automate that workflow inside of Teams so that you're able to submit your project intake in Teams, collect all the data you need, and then move that through the approval process. That's what Power Automate is designed to do. And then once you're ready to start your project, you're off and running. But you also want to understand the bigger picture with reporting and keep stakeholders up to date with centralized project status reporting. So what you want to do there is make sure that you're not creating manual status reports anymore in PowerPoint and posting them somewhere or emailing them. They can all be created from the data so that they're completely automated. And then you can create and assign risks and issues to minimize schedule impacts. The third pillar that Microsoft would propose relates to retail and consumer products is called Powerful Insights. And as the world thinks about rebuilding for the future, one of the considerations across large organizations is how to make better decisions. There's more data, but less time to react to it. And organizations must link strategy to execution and make sure data-based decisions at all levels have positive impact on outcomes. And so Microsoft can help empower everyone to make more confident decisions from anywhere. And you can enable teams to bring insights into their everyday work by automating manual processes and activating siloed data. And you can also encourage employees to work daily in the tools that they know and collaborate, which is Microsoft Teams. So not only are we creating the data within Microsoft Teams, we're actually leveraging Power BI inside of Teams to view and make decisions off the data. So none of us are leaving the context of Microsoft Teams on a daily basis in order to do these things. So think of a world where you bring project management and reporting into the collaborative space, because project dashboards and report templates leverage Power BI and bring real-time visualized information to your sponsors, managers, and delivery teams. And we can help you build some dashboards that gain insight into unique portfolios and project aspects. So think about it that way. And then we can always trust that Microsoft doesn't take your data and sell it to others. We know that Microsoft takes this very seriously, and that Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, is quoted as saying businesses and users are going to embrace technology only if they can trust it. And so they're serious about their commitment to protect customers within the cloud, and they live by standards and practices designed to earn your confidence, and collaborate with industry regulators to build trust in the cloud ecosystem. And so the tools we're talking about today, namely Tasks by Planner and Microsoft Project, are certified for HIPAA, SOC, and many other certifications, including GDPR. And so as a Microsoft partner, Innovative E would like to help you transform work and project management into a competitive advantage with a modern cloud-based collaboration tool set that enables everyone to work toward your core objectives. Let's do another poll question real quick, kind of get your feeling on something here. So I'm going to launch that. What's the current state of Microsoft Teams adoption in your company and organization? We're going to talk a lot about Teams today. How's it going? Are you using Teams? Are you all in? Is it just catching on? Do you spend most of your day in Teams, or are you still mostly in email? Go ahead and complete the poll. So just watching the responses come in, a lot of you are on the higher end of this, and that's great. So you're all in on Microsoft Teams, or it's really catching on. Some of you are only using it in pockets, and that's great. Hopefully your team can get in on it early. And it's really, we're conducting this webinar in Teams, and you've all been in video calls in Teams, but there's maybe some functionality in there that you didn't know existed, or that you're not familiar with, or is not enabled in your company, that we're going to talk about today for collaboration. And so what we want to try to do is leverage Teams for project management and start collaborating today, because projects are about getting work done, not just reporting on the work. We want to embrace the casual project managers in your organization by giving them simple, easy to use tools right in Teams. And we want to reduce shadow IT solutions and disparate data, because then your data becomes siloed and you're not actually connecting the dots. So here's what it looks like. Project management inside of Teams has real-time co-authoring so that you can modify tasks, and people that are assigned work and tasks within Project and Microsoft Teams can just go ahead and status that task without having an additional license. We can use a copy project feature to take your favorite projects or projects that you want templatized and clone them. We have threaded discussion. Of course, we're using Teams, so we can open up a comment channel thread and a discussion anytime. And then we have resource assignment. So we can assign resources to people and they can get notifications. But that's not all. We also have a Kanban board so that we can work differently and more agilely. We have a morning stand-up meeting, or we want people to move cards or tasks from one bucket to another, or categorize them, or to move them along in progress. We have that capability. We have dependency management and a Gantt chart, and we also have a scheduling engine so that if one thing is late, it pushes out the project end date so that you have predictability. But because we're using Teams, we can now leverage fully the co-authoring features for Word, Excel, and PowerPoint with the files that are associated with our projects. So we can collaborate on those things, we can have threaded discussion, we can have inline editing. We can both be in the same document at the same time and make our changes right there without having to email it back and forth and lose track of the document versions. And because this is all based on SharePoint behind the scenes, you have complete versioning of all the documents. So you can centralize all your project artifacts in Teams. You can use private channels, and you can leverage other Microsoft apps like OneNote, Planner, and Power BI within Teams. Speaking of Power BI, rich dashboards are available from Microsoft to connect your project management data with Power BI and create visualizations so that you can make better decisions and increase awareness, eliminate manual status reports, so you can provide detail on timelines, milestones, tasks, and resources without having to provide that manually or in a PowerPoint. And if you want to export it to a PowerPoint, you can do that too. It'll be on a regular refresh schedule, so it'll always be up to date, and you can easily create new reports, or we can help you do that. Let's light up another poll question. So what we're asking here is, when considering the use of Teams for project management, which of the following is a priority for you? Is it the ability to enable workflow for project intake? Bridging complex and simple projects into a single data set? Incorporating agile work management processes? Centralizing and collaborating on risk and issues? Or automating and standardizing the creation of project teams channels? Check all that apply. All right, as we're watching that come in, it looks like the leader is bridging complex and simple projects into a single data set. Interesting. We'll talk about that a little bit later. What we can do there is have Project Online, which is the complex enterprise level tool that's available from Microsoft, and you can use MS Project on the desktop with Project Online. We can put that alongside of Project for the Web, which is the new simple web-based tool, and we can consolidate those data sets so for you to have common dashboard reporting, and Innovative E can help you do that. Because what we're looking to do is extend project management in Teams with confidence by using the Power Platform. We have experts in the Power Platform space in Power BI, Power Automate, and Power Apps. And we've designed our own solution called Teams for PM, which leverages all of the available APIs and gateways between these tools and creates a visual intuitive user experience. So we've built this with Power Apps and Power Automate. We can extend Teams for project management capabilities beyond the out of the box, and we can provide central management of all project data, regardless of complexity, and unify the worlds of Project Online and Project for the Web, the two different project management offerings that Microsoft has. We can transform Teams with powerful PPM capabilities, like a single dashboard for all project work, regardless of complexity. You can log risks and issues right from a Teams chat as conversations are happening. So when people are in the process of a thought or they think they have a risk, they can just right click and say log risk within a Teams thread, and then that gets logged in the official risk list and is available in reporting. We'll show you that a little bit later. We can lay the groundwork for the promise of AI in project management by having the data all consolidated in the cloud. So possibilities become available once the data is in the cloud and it's all together. And Innovative E is looking into ways that we can leverage that data for your insight. And we can connect to other line of business systems by consolidating the data, centralizing it, and exposing it to Power Automate. Here's how it works. It all starts with submitting a new project. Teams for PM will collect your project attributes and initiate a workflow. Then it will automatically provision your project schedule, risk list, issues list, status report, and other lessons learned lists within Teams, keeping your team member experience consistent and eliminating any manual setup involved. So it actually will go collect your data, and it will automatically create a team and a channel and all of the tabs on top of that within that channel, including the schedule, risks, issues, lessons learned, and the reporting, so that all of your channels are created consistently and with governance. Then Teams for PM maximizes collaboration by bringing risk and issue logging right to your fingertips. Any member of the team can log a risk or issue right from the team's chat thread, and those entries go directly into reporting for executive insight and visibility. Teams for PM also allows you to use the project scheduling tools you want by enabling both Project Online and Project for the Web inside of Teams. Empower all of your simple and enterprise projects into a common data source while using the right tools for the job. So let's dig into that a little bit. Project managers may want to use Project for the Web for simple project management, or Project Online, which allows the use of Project for the desktop. All of that data can be consolidated in one place in a single source for reporting and administration. And now project members, team members, and executives can use the tools they want without ever leaving Teams. Teams for PM enables these applications to collaborate among themselves, thus eliminating the need for context switching. So let's demonstrate how Teams for PM and Project for the Web and Project Online and the Power Platform can all work together for you in your organization. And Project for the Web is the lighter weight, new project tool. It's easy to use. People really are delighted by it. It's simple. Analogy is even simpler to understand, and it provides real-time co-authoring. It does have a copy project feature available, so you can templatize things. It has a threaded discussion, of course, because we're using Teams, right? So everything is a part of as possible in threaded discussion. So you can just comment or include a teammate in a comment alongside the project schedule. And it has the ability to assign resources.
Right. I'd like to bring up something else you mentioned earlier. You notice that it's in the Teams interface, so it's already got the channels and everything pre-provisioned. And you mentioned earlier that it keeps things in a consistent way, right? So it's a
Right.
kind of a you're doing everything, not going in different directions. It's the same kind of templatized approach.
Right, exactly. A lot of you are looking at, how can I use Kanban boards or, work in progress boards in order to do things that way. That's the way you want to work. You don't want to work in a Gantt chart or more interactive so that you have your morning stand-up meetings use cards. Well, Project for the Web enables you to do that. So imagine you're in Teams, you're in your Teams channel, and you're able to move cards along in their status from not started to in progress to done, or categorize them in a different way. And it provides a way that you can actually attach documents to the cards so that, if you're producing a document as a result of a task, then you have that in line. And that's another example of kind of bridging the gap between the work that's being done and the data that represents it, like we were saying before. And if you want to use a Gantt chart, it's there. It's called a timeline. What's nice about this is Project for the Web actually has the ability to have like a critical path, and things can push. Things are dependent upon one another. So when something gets delayed, the next thing will also get delayed, and your end date for your project will push out. So you see kind of what happens when things move around in your project. If you're using something like Excel, or you're using something that's not really intended for project management, you're not going to have that predictability. So what we want to do is we want to make these tools easy, simple to use, put them inside Teams, so that the people who are trying to use other tools that are less optimal for project management really come to the realization that, hey, this tool, I can use this, I can do this. This is not rocket science. I can basically use a tool that's tuned for project management and get my work done. I'm not really sacrificing. Teams or PM adds to the picture is you have a general screen where you have a Teams for PM app. And that's going to take all of your project information and it's going to centralize it in one place. So you can look at your projects from a standpoint of, here are my simple projects, here are my enterprise level projects. It may take projects from Project for the Web or Project Online. And of course, we can make this full screen. And so I'm able to look at my complete project list, and also I'm able to edit things in line. If I want to change the department for this project to operations, for example, or I want to change its cost health to red, those can also be calculated depending on how you want to configure this. If I want to also take a look at the risks across the board in all projects, I can do that here. I can look at the issues across the board in all projects. I can look at the lessons learned. So it provides me the ability not only to edit things centrally, but also to see what's going on centrally if I'm, at PMO level or management, and I want to take a look at or make some changes to things all up. For example, I can change the budgets of some of these projects, the priority level, right all from here. So that's a really nice way of looking at it. And then if I want to go into individual projects, I can simply go back to an individual project like my cloud transformation project, for example, and I can see just that project and that project schedule as I was showing earlier. We also have some other capabilities here, like, for example, the risk board, where I can basically log risks for my projects, and then those all get copied back to the general screens that I showed you before. And then we have the ability to log issues, and those all, again, copy back to the general. So once I log a risk or an issue, it's going to immediately be available in the central administration. So key sponsors out of the office, we take a look at going back to the central administration here, and we're able to see that risk and issue in the central screens. Okay, and hopefully you saw some interesting stuff there with Project for the Web and Teams working together. I want to share with you a transformational story from the Southern New Hampshire University, one of our clients. We did a Microsoft published case study. That means the Microsoft team came in and interviewed our customer, asked them to tell them all about their experience and their solution. We are using Teams for PM, which is a combination of Teams, Power Apps, Power Automate, and Project Online together for the Southern Hampshire University, and we completed that project in December. And we're currently in the process of adding Project for the Web into the mix. So they're going to have two different scheduling tools, but one set of reports. And so Kurt Mithofer, the Associate Vice President of Planning and Value Creation over at SNHU, as they call it, said that the Microsoft solution has brought the ability to pull everyone together into one synchronized system that allows for more transparent visibility into what folks are working on, and that's what we're all trying to achieve. Some next steps after the webinar today, and please remember to stick around for your sugar wish. We're going to send out a email follow-up for all of our registrants today. It's going to include a PDF version of the presentation today. If you'd like to download our solution brief on Teams for Project Management, you can use your phone to contact, you open up your camera on your phone and take a look at that QR code. It should automatically open up your browser and bring you to our solution brief. If you'd like to schedule a demo or read our case study, please go ahead and use that. Or, if you'd just like to contact me, maybe for another demo or offline discussion, or just to ask additional questions about whether or not this could work for you and your organization, just go ahead and email me. It's bryan.quick@innovative-e.com. How else can we help you today? Innovative E is a versatile partner of Microsoft. We can help you with Power Apps and Power Automate, business process automation. So if you have manual processes going on in your organization and you want to automate those, we can help you with that. We can do custom development for complex scenarios and app integration. We can do SharePoint assistance. A lot of folks still need some help with that. We can support that. We can do work management systems integrations, and we leverage a partner of ours called TaskTop for systems integration. And we can do ideation and innovation management using our partner Edison 365 for that.